Hello again, it's Dennis Pierce.
And Don Lonan, Kelly Williams, Greater Seattle.
And we're coming back at you with the continued countdown. We're talking about all of the topics that are driving Seattle's absurdly tight housing market, in particular affordability, but a lot of the issues that are creating challenges for us and for our buyers and for our sellers in this market. So we're down to items number 6, we're
7, 8, and
7, 8,
9.
9. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, so item 7, which we kind of touched on a little bit in the last video, but how water management, steep terrain, soils, and stability kind of affect the development, the ability to develop certain lands.
Right. Right, and one of the things that I think is a really interesting way to look at this is if you go to either the Burlington Northern or the Amtrak websites, you can actually search for how many times has the track that runs between all up and down Puget Sound from basically Bellingham to Portland.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen closures on that seasonally? And you'll find that, first of all, the majority of those closures are due to soil instability in the form of mudslides. So the tracks get covered, the train gets stopped. Occasionally a train gets stopped by a landslide. But usually what happens is those mudslides come through after we have the ground get super saturated in one of our famous, monsoons.
Yeah, it's like on the 5th, 7th, 8th, 10th day of rain, it's like the water can't seep into the soil anymore, and the soil's become saturated, it can't absorb anymore, so it starts sloughing off.
Right, and has to go somewhere, gravity always wins.
Yeah. So that's item number 7. Item number 8 is how zoning and COVID have impacted permitting and projects.
Right, and COVID, of course, is a relatively recent development. We're hopefully seeing light at the end of the tunnel on that one. We're now 2 years into it, but COVID for the last 2 years has had a significant impact on both the court system and on the permit and planning programs, because what was an 18 to 24 month process, for a while there, it seemed like it was gonna shorten that time frame.
Right, but it's actually elongated that time frame because the response times and being able to get those permits issued has slowed down consistently.
Right.
And on top of that, the supply chain has been impacted by COVID as well. So building supplies, from lumber to getting windows or toilets or mirrors delivered on time, has been severely impacted.
Right, yeah, supply chain has been huge in that particular issue.
So the building process has slowed down dramatically, so we have less new construction becoming available. We also have remodels becoming challenging because you can't remodel. Can't get the garage door for the new garage addition that you added. You've got a garageless door garage.
Yeah. Right.
And the last topic is condo development and legal issues that have prevented the development of new condominiums in the city.
Right, and this is a really interesting topic. So if you're not familiar with Condo Tort Law, for many years now in Seattle, there has been an issue that condo developers have been dealing with, whereby the state has made it much more easy for a condo developer to be sued. In fact, the way that they've set it up is once a condo is released to the HOA, the developer is actually immediately on the hook for any flaws in construction.
For a period of time, but an elongated period of time.
Yeah, and so it's basically a guarantee, is the way it's turned out. It's a guarantee that developer is going to be sued as soon as they turn over the building.
And so projects that were started and completed, the developer said, great, we're done, but I'm not going to start a new project.
Yeah.
And that has kind of slowed down new development in the city, at least.
Right, and condos, of course, being the first place where first-time home buyers typically enter the market, that has been a significant barrier to people being able to move up. If you can't start out and buy into the market initially, it's really challenging to move up from there.
Yeah, so that wraps up segments 7, 8, and 9, and we will be coming back to you with another series of 3.
Yep, the final series coming up.
Thank you.